Happy New Year, everyone. It's time to call this meeting to order. Can you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Members of the board should now elect an acting chairperson until the election of the president is there in motion.
I would like to make a motion to nominate Tiana Harrison as board president.
And I'll second.
We now need a roll call vote.
There's a motion by Trustee Hill, supported by Trustee Shola Barber, that Tiana Harrison serve as acting chairperson until the election of a president has been completed. Any discussion? All in favor say A.
A.
Opposed say no. That passes by a vote of 7-0. I hereby appoint Tiana Harrison as the president of the Kalamazoo Public School Board.
Thank you, guys. I did not mean to assume anything. And now the floor will open up for nominations of vice president. Trustee McGlynn.
I would like to nominate Trustee Hill for vice president.
I have a motion from Trustee McGlynn, seconded by Trustee Johnson, for Trustee Hill to take on the role of vice president. It'll be a roll call vote. Trustee Johnson, Trustee Murphy,
Yes.
Trustee Shola Barber,
Yes.
Trustee Payton,
Yes.
Trustee Hill, Trustee McGlynn,
Yes.
and I say yes. Congratulations, Trustee Hill, for becoming the vice president. I'd like to now open up the floor for the position of treasurer.
I second.
I have a motion from Trustee Johnson, seconded by Trustee Shola Barber, for Trustee Murphy to become the treasurer. It'll be a roll call vote. Trustee Johnson? Yes. Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Shola Barber?
Yes.
Trustee Payton?
Yes.
Trustee Hill?
Yes.
Trustee McGlynn?
Yes.
And I say yes. I will now open up the floor for the nomination of secretary.
I would like to nominate Carol McGlynn.
I need a second. I have a motion from Trustee Shola Barber, seconded by Trustee Johnson, for Trustee McGlynn to become the secretary. It'll be a roll call vote. Trustee Johnson. Yes. Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Shola Barber.
Yes.
Trustee Payton.
Yes.
Trustee Hill.
Yes.
Trustee McGlynn.
Yes.
And I say yes. And if you will bear with us for a few moments, we will do a few organizational items. So I would like to reaffirm that this board meets. Thank you so much. Go, Trustee Murphy.
I would like to move to modify the agenda to add the organizational items to the agenda at this time.
I need a
Second
second.
the motion.
I have a motion from Trustee Murphy, seconded by Trustee Shola Barber, that we add the organizational items to our agenda, that we amend the agenda to add the organizational items to the agenda. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Seeing none. At this time, we have modified the agenda, and now I can go ahead and reaffirm that the board meets on Thursdays, usually the second and fourth Thursday of the month at 7:30 at 7 o'clock at 1200 Howard Street in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I would like to reaffirm that the process for calling a special meeting is that you have to do it 48 hours in advance. I would like to reaffirm that the meeting posting locations is on the front door, that the person responsible for posting the meetings is Nicole, that the depository for school funds is done by Ms. Kaiser, that she is also the person that's responsible for depositing those funds, and that the delegation of other duties, such as recording meetings, is done by Nicole, and that the designation of our attorney is handled by the business office. All of that information can be found not in the business office. That the designation of our attorney is Clark Hill. That the we need to vote on that? No, right. And that the audit firm is Maynard Casterian, that the board's insurance agent can be found with, that information can be found with you, that our architect that information can be found with Ms. Jackson, that the construction management company, that information can be found with Ms. Jackson, that the district newspaper of record is the Kalamazoo Gazette, that the recognized postings outlet, that information can be found with Ms. Coney. We affirm that this board has a academic excellence committee, a community relations committee, a superintendent evaluation and support committee, a governance committee, and a operations committee, and a communities and schools committee. And we are keeping the same committees until June. We have already done our delegates for the MASB Delegate Assembly. We have a representative for the County Association of School Boards. We have an ISD RISA representative. We have a board parliamentarian, Trustee Johnson. We have a district negotiating team over here on this side. We have a building liaison with Ms. Saunders. Yep. And that we have an education, we don't have that. And that we are approving the memberships for the organizations that we belong to: MASB, MASA, MHSSA, MSBO, MEMSBA, and Q. We're tabling Q for a moment. We'll have a further discussion about that. And if there's any questions about any of this information, you can see. All right, let's go. Secretary McGlynn. Oh, thank you. Thank you, parliamentarian in training. I need a motion to accept the agenda.
So moved.
I have a motion from Trustee Murphy, seconded by Trustee Scholler-Barber and Trustee Johnson. Trustee Johnson. Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Scholler-Barber. Trustee Payton. Trustee Hill.
Yes.
Trustee McGlynn.
Yes.
Yes. Now, Secretary McGlynn, will you please take attendance?
All board members are present and Dr. Slade is present.
Yes. And now, the best part of the agenda. Ms. Coney, please tell us who's here to see us.
Yeah, thank you, President Harrison. This evening we have a very patient group of students from Prairie Ridge Elementary School, and their principal, Mrs. Joletta Drake, will introduce them to us.
Good evening, everyone. First up from Prairie Ridge, we have Sage Allray. Sage is a kindergartner with a positive attitude and great sense of humor. She is well liked by her peers. Sage is a hard worker and models how to follow our expectations. We are proud to say that she grew to into the 68th percentile in reading, which is above grade level. Way to go, Sage. Next, we have Antavion Fultz. He is a first grader, works hard and puts forth his best effort. He has shown growth, persistence, and independence with learning how to read. He is transferring what he is learning with the interventionist to the work he does in his classroom and vice versa. He grew 21 points from his fall to his winter score. He is engaged in every part of his learning, and it's our pleasure to watch him turn into a reader and writer right in front of our own eyes. Keep it up, Antavion. You can stand right here. Come on. We have a second grader, Justice Cleary, who is taking her learning and hard work to schoolwork seriously. She is putting forth her best effort in all that she does and being a role model for her peers and following all of our school and classroom expectations. Justice made great growth in reading and is in the 89th percentile for growth. We are excited to see how she will continue to grow during the second half of the year. Way to go, Justice. Whoops. There you go. Now we have another second grader, Avea Mitchner. She is a hardworking student, ready to advance in all of her classes. She does well as a reader, but in math, Avea went up 27 percentage points and is performing above grade level. She has a positive attitude toward learning and has been working on adding and subtracting triple-digit numbers and regrouping. This is just the beginning of Avea and of what Avea can do, and we are happy to watch her grow. And last up, we have a third grader, Sanila Moore. Sanila goes about everything with determination and enjoys learning new things. She uses her keen observation skills to be a problem solver. In math, she grew 24 percentage points, reaching grade level, and in reading, she grew 29 percentage points and is performing above grade level. Well done, Sanila.
And for our second recognition, I'd like to introduce our Superintendent Dr. Slade to present that.
Good evening. As you know, January is Board Recognition Month, and as I say all the time whenever I speak publicly, I feel like we have the best board in the state of Michigan, and everybody says that, but when I say it, we have receipts to document. So again, I want to commend every last board member here tonight. When I call you, can you please come up one at a time? And I want a big round of applause for the best board in the state of Michigan. Mr. Keisha Johnson. Miss Patty Shirley Barber. Tiana Harrison. Carol McGlynn. Jenny Hill. Yvonne Payton. Again, let's give our school board a big round of applause.
That concludes our recognitions this evening.
Thank you so much. In regards to committee and school reports, operations met.
Yes, operations met on January 5th. We discussed the district kitchen, which probably will be going to be open very soon. We're hoping to get a tour at the end of January and then some sort of open house to really celebrate our new scratch kitchen. We also talked about some tech equipment replacement at Central, Norix, Maple Street, North Glade, and then some emergency responder work we're doing at Loy Norix and Central. Talked about CAMSI a little bit and what some updates to CAMSI will look like over the next few years, and then also a little update on LSOL.
Thank you. The Superintendent Evaluation Committee met on the same day as the Operations Committee, and we had conversations about the timeline, the midpoint checkpoint and the report that the superintendent will be giving us, and we will be using the MASA-B superintendent rubric to complete that evaluation. Next week, in 2 weeks, the Academic Excellence Committee is meeting, and next week, the Governance and Community Relation Committees will be meeting. Secretary McGlynn, will you please do correspondence?
Sure. It's been a long time that Secretary Hill has done it, so hopefully I can do it justice here. On 12/19, we received a letter from Ronald Gillum, or an email, concerns about a legal matter. Secretary Hill replied. On 12/29, we received an email from Shona Espinoza sharing information for an upcoming community event. Secretary Hill replied. On 12/29, we received an email from Karen Warfield Shelton inviting the board to the Kalamazoo Adult education open house, and Secretary Hill replied. On 1/5, we received a email from Michael Kissinger concerning busing issues, and Secretary Hill replied. And on 1/6, we received an email from Monica Washington regarding enrollment concerns, and Secretary Hill replied.
Thank you. Now I need a motion for the consent calendar items.
So move.
I need a second. I have a motion from Trustee Shola Barber with a second from Trustee Johnson. Kaiser.
Thank you, President Harrison. We have 4 purchase recommendations this evening. The first being request number 2026-22 for $431,555. This is for to construct a secure vegetable and renovations at the Phoenix High School, and this will be funded from the 2022 bond. Next, we have request number 2026-23 in the amount of $5,267,765. And this is for the Loring Norris High School D-Wing mechanical improvements. And this will also be funded by the 2022 bond. Next is purchase recommendation 2026-24 in the amount of $37,002.30. This is to purchase high-density stacking chairs for Loring Norris High School, and this will be funded from the 2022 bond. And lastly, we have request number 2026-25 in the amount of $68,615, and this is for restoration of the Chenery Auditorium piano, and this is funded from a grant from the Irving S. Gilmore Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there discussion from the board? Trustee Shola Barber.
First of all, I'm going to shout right out that 2020 bond is, I'm sorry. Thank you. That 2022 bond is sailing right through here. And so it's only appropriate to thank so much, especially in these times, that we have this money to do these incredible projects. We would probably have to do them all, but then they would come out of the general fund. And I know I'm repetitive in saying that, but it can't be emphasized enough, because that money belongs in the classroom and with our staff as opposed. So gratitude to the city. And I just want to do one little shout out about Phoenix. Phoenix, I think it was, and help me, Ms. Kaiser, the 2016 bond, was that it? Or the 20 that we put the new additions on Phoenix?
I believe it was the 2018 bond.
18 bond, thank you. And really made it a priority to upgrade it and to do wonderful things to it. So I'm, from my heart, so pleased that we are doing this vestibule. It's been secure and they have wonderful people there, but this is to make Phoenix a shining star in the crown of the other shining stars in KPS is really a good thing. So thanks to the voters and thanks for making this priority.
Trustee Hill.
Not only thanks to the voters for the bonds, but I want to thank the Irving S. Gilmore Foundation for the grant. That is just fantastic. Of course, all of us have been to Chenery for many school events, which are hosted there, but it's also nice to go there for the after-school events that are more catered to the whole community. And to hear these pianos and to know that we attract world-renowned artists because we upkeep our items that people use is a feather in our cap. So thank you for thinking of us.
Yep, Trustee McGlynn.
Yeah. Actually, Trustee Hill kind of said exactly what I was going to say. And also just the support that we have in our community with all the different foundations and stuff. And Chenery is just such a shining star in that we have the support, because a lot of those kinds of auditoriums would just they would go by the wayside and they wouldn't exist anymore. But we have the support from the community. Since we can't do it ourselves, it's great to have community partners that are really willing to invest in it and that see it as such an amazing place that it is. So thank you very much.
So the hardest part about going last is everyone says everything that you want to say, but I do have a question. What will happen with the chairs what happens to the stuff that we no longer use?
Normally we put it to auction if it's to other entities.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. At this time, we will have. Oh, yes, Parliamentarian Johnson, we need a vote, don't we? I need a motion. We voted so much already. I need a motion. I have a motion. We just need a vote. Yes.
Do you need you don't need a second?
No. Yep.
Great.
It's just been a long meeting already. Trustee Johnson. Yeah. Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Shola Barber.
Yes.
Trustee Payton.
Yes.
Trustee Hill.
Yes.
Trustee McGlynn.
Yes.
And I say yes. Now we have reports and recommendations. We have the superintendent's report.
Good evening. Like I said earlier, this month is Board Recognition Month. So I just want to let everybody know what our board does and the role of the school board. I know my first year here, we went out and visited schools and shared with board members their role, and we plan on doing some of that again this year. But I do want to just share publicly at this board member meeting what our great school board does. So the Board of Education is responsible for setting district policy, hiring, evaluating the superintendent, overseeing the budget, expenditures, determining curriculum, educational programs, and ensuring the safety and welfare of the students in our districts according to state law. And if you know me by now, what I say I really mean. I think we have the most visible board, I know in this region, but one of the most visible boards in the state. We have multiple school events, multiple district events, and when you go to a school event, you see a board member. I know for the last 2 years, we have visited every school for the SWAT meeting the first time, and I know last year we did it part of the strategic plan, and every time we had a school meeting, I had multiple board members here. So I just want to just say again, we have an extremely visible school board. Also, our board has been representing the district at national conferences, and one of the conferences they were asked to come in and present. So, again, I just want to recognize that we presented in LA, and also we presented in 2 different conferences in the state of Michigan. Can you go back to that slide? So when you go to these conferences, people make a decision on what session they want to attend. And this first session is the one we held in LA, and it was the board talking about, and I want to thank our teachers, our students, our parents for this one, but the board had to present on the gains made in Kalamazoo, and we shared that with other school boards across the country. And if you look at that first picture, that top one, we had the most well-attended session. Again, I want to thank our school board for doing an amazing job with that. The bottom picture, if you remember, he's still current, one of the former quarterback and now community activist and leader in the country, Mr. Kaepernick. We were invited to meet with him. Only a few school districts did that. So again, our board is doing great things, not just in this state, in this city, but across the country. To me, the most important thing that our school board does, and they never talk about it, but I worked in school districts where, like, when I first started, and I said, let's change the attendance policy, let's tighten the discipline policy, let's go down this road with instruction, let's do this. I worked in cities where the school board would say, no, we're not doing that. Our school board has made decisions and said yes, and that's one of the reasons that we have made so much growth over the last 2 years. Again, I want to thank our school board for always thinking about students and making decisions that help improve the district overall. Again, thank you so much, our school board. Before I close, I have to thank our staff, students, parents. When you're off for 2 weeks for winter break and school starts back up, again, I've been in this field 36 years. It's like starting the whole school year over again. So we had an amazing first week after school break. I do want to thank again our students, our staff, our teachers, our principals for that. Also want to thank the fact that this week I met with principals, I met with our parent advisory group, I met with our teacher advisory group. I think we have a member of the parent advisory group from Spring Valley. I want to give him a shout out. amazing attendance at our TAC group and our PAC groups every month. So again, I want to thank those groups. And just so you know, at our very next school meeting, we will be at very next school board meeting. We're going to share our current status with our strategic plans. So I hope everyone tunes in. And after we do that, we'll have 2 community meetings to share our current status with our strategic plan. And I also just want to thank the school board in their role for voting to have a strategic plan again and their work with that process. So again, thank you so much. Today, I just wanted to make sure we focus on the school board. So let's give our school board a big round of applause for the last time tonight. At this time, we will have the second reading for our course bulletin by our Director of Curriculum Instruction, Dr. Justice.
Good evening, everyone. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees receive for review the following additions, deletions, and other changes to the course and program offerings for incorporation into the 2026-2027 Bulletin of Courses, knowing that actual course offerings are contingent upon staffing, budget, and scheduling. For middle school career education, add the following courses: Promising Pathways, Success 1, 6th grade, Self-Discovery, Personal Foundations, and Exploration; Promising Pathways to Success 2, 7th grade, Integrated Skills Application and Diverse Career Options, which is Exploration and Application; Promising Pathways to Success 3, 8th grade, Real World Readiness, Planning and Transition, College Career and Pathway Readiness and Transition; Computer Science at the following courses: Advanced Tech Smart, Skills Media, Applications Research Thinking; Computer Science for Innovators and Makers, Foundations in Coding; English at the following courses: Middle School Creative Writing, Middle School Novels of Choice, The Exploration of Self Through Hip Hop; Extended Learning at the following courses for Millwood Middle, Foundations for Academic Success; Music, change the title and or description for the following courses: 6th grade General Music, 7th grade General Music, 8th grade General Music, 6th grade Drama, 7th grade Drama, 8th grade Drama and Forensics, and Musical Theater. For science, add the following courses: Green Architecture, Magic of Electrons; Spanish, change the title and or description of the following courses: Spanish Explorations, Spanish Basics; Visual and Performing Arts, add the following course: Middle School Dance. For high school, updating titles, descriptions, and locations of courses as identified by KRISA for career and technical education, early middle college, and education for the arts. For courseware, adding the following courses: Accounting, African American Studies, Basic Marketing, Business Information Systems A, Digital Photo Art, Graphic Design, Illustration, Introduction to Visual Arts, Psychology, Sports and Entertainment Management, Theater Improv and Script Writing, Visual Arts Exploration, and Young Entrepreneurs of the Future. Remove the following courses just because they're no longer offered through courseware: Careers in Criminal Justice, Journalism 1A Introduction, Law and Order, Intro to Legal Studies, and Women's Studies through FEM. English Language Development, change the prerequisite and course description for the following courses: ELD 1 Entering A, ELD 1 Entering B, ELD 2 Emerging A, ELD 2 Emerging B, ELD 3 Developing A, ELD 3 Developing B, ELD 4 Expanding A, ELD 4 Expanding B. For CAMSI, change the title and description of the following courses: AP Computer Science Principles. For math, change the prerequisite for the following course: Personal Financial Literacy. For music, add Chamber Orchestra. Change the title, prerequisite, and description for string orchestra. For science, remove the prerequisite and add a scheduling note for chemistry foundations. Social studies, add AP human geography and the pre-AP world history and geography. Thank you.
Is there discussion from the board? I need a motion.
I have a question.
Wait, let's do the motion first.
Move to change, accept the
The
changes.
changes.
Second.
I have a motion from Trustee McGlynn to accept the changes, seconded by Trustee Shola Barber. Trustee, now it's discussion. Trustee Payton.
My question has to do with ELD courses, where it says they must have approval of multilingual learner staff. Who is that? Who are the multilingual learner staff?
That would be the coordinator of multilingual services with Sam Abdelaziz, and that's also the deans, counselors, and teachers within the high schools that work with the multilingual students.
And who is the coordinator of multilingual bilingual?
With Sam Abdelaziz. With Sam Abdelaziz.
Any other discussion? So I wasn't here for the first reading, so I didn't get a chance to tell Dr. Justice how much I appreciate all of her hard work. I appreciate all of the work that was done in the courses, but I have to give a special shout out to the middle school and the career education classes that were created, but more importantly, the educational development plan. It has been something that I have been advocating for because I understand that it's going to change the trajectory of the student experience in this district. So I just want to personally thank you for you and your team and all of the hard work that you guys did in making sure that our middle school students, our secondary students, I have so much confidence that our secondary program is going to be so much stronger because those students are going to have a solid foundation and a path that's going to let them know how to get from where they are to where it is that they're trying to go. So I want to personally thank you for all of the hard work that you did in making sure that our children that are transitioning into middle school, that the very first day that they get there, they're going to know what's expected of them as a student in our second. So with that being said, now I can have a vote. Trustee Johnson. Yes. Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Shola Barber.
Yes.
Trustee Payton.
Yes.
Trustee Hill.
Yes.
Trustee McGlynn.
Yes.
And I say absolutely yes. One more thing you got to do. Feels like a long meeting.
At this time, Mr. Leland, our Director of Human Resources, will make an administrative appointment.
Thank you, Dr. Slade, President Harrison, and trustees. It is recommended that the board appoint Thomas McPherson to the position of Assistant Principal at Prairie Ridge Elementary School. This recommendation completes a thorough process used to select the candidate for this position. The job was posted internally and externally, and all qualified applicants were considered. Interviews were conducted by a team consisting of Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Instruction and Leadership, Dr. McCole Dyson, Principal Joletta Drake, Elementary Teacher Christina Trevino, Reading Interventionist Amy Allen, and Building CIS Lead Kalima Williams. Mr. McPherson earned a bachelor's degree in history from Michigan State University, graduating summa cum laude. He has also earned a master's degree in the science of teaching from Pace University of New York and the second master's degree in educational leadership from Western Michigan University. Mr. McPherson started his career in New York as a Teach for America Corps member, where he taught as a first and second grade teacher for 2 years. Mr. McPherson then worked in New Orleans, Louisiana as a kindergarten and second grade teacher for 2 years, and then transitioned into the kindergarten through third grade academic director for 3 years. He was then selected to the prestigious Ryan Fellowship, which identifies and develops school principals with expertise in accelerating student achievement, which led him to become a school director in Memphis, Tennessee for 3 years. Mr. McPherson then headed back to Michigan and has served the last 8 years at Battle Creek Endeavor Academy, first as the Dean of Students and ultimately as the head principal.
I'd like to make a motion to recommend that the board appoint Thomas McPherson to the position of assistant principal at Prairie Ridge Elementary.
I need a second. Have a motion from Trustee Shola Barber, seconded by Trustee Johnson. Trustee Johnson. Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Shola Barber.
Go Green, yes.
How did I know? Trustee Payton.
Yes.
Trustee Hill.
Yes.
Trustee McGlynn.
Yes.
And I say yes. There's no persons requesting to address the board. No other business. No. Comments by trustees. Trustee McGlynn.
I want to say congratulations to the new officers, and a special thank you for Dr. Slade, because we can't be an effective board if we don't have a very effective superintendent. So I really, really appreciate the work you do. I know everybody at this table cares deeply about kids, and we can have differences in opinion, but bottom line, everybody here has a heart for making sure that we do what's best for kids. And I appreciate that so much, because many boards can get wrapped up in a lot of adulting and not focusing on kids. So I really, really appreciate that about this board. So thank you.
Trustee Shola Barber.
I have a lot, but okay, here we go. All right. First of all, I have a question, and that is, when is the date of the adult open house, adult education open house? Do we have it? Well, sometime. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, great. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, congrats to the new officers. It's an incredible slate. You are amazing people. It's a big role, and the biggest role is creating a team of 8. It's very, very doable, but I think the team many times is more important than the individuals. And to Trustee McGlynn's point, the team is focused on children. And to forget the adulting, forget all the kinds of things that get in the way. It's about accountability, achievement, and showing up to be present. So I'm sure the slate, along with the minions that are following you, will be there for you. And then I'm going to move on to another thing that Trustee McGlynn said. Dr. Slade, it is easy. It has been easy to be on a team with you. You listen, and you, let me see, how can I say this? Or let's be real, or I want a real conversation, which helps, which really, really helps. So I really think the team and the board, and thank you so much for the round of applause. I'll try to stay at the microphone, for the round of applause. But the thing is about each of these people coming with their best selves to do their best for children, for accountability, achievement. What's the other one? Accountability. There's one more that you always say, but I can't remember. But anyway, moving on. 100%. Oh, I'm going to end with that one. 100%. And to my left here, this team over here also makes it easy. And my best example is there's a person at this table, Dr. Justice, and we just saw your work, and you ask our question, or you answer our questions, and you come complete. And I could go down the line, but I'm already being a little wordy, so I'll use you and Dr. Justice as an example. You make this. If there's been a round of applause, it has been for your help and Dr. Slade's help. Okay, moving on from there. But she's left the room. My next thing was going to be to Karen Jackson and this Scratch Kitchen. It has been I'm going to say, maybe 8 years. It's been a long time, and it was a high priority for those boards. It was a grassroots moving out of the community, and I'm hoping that institutional history will be said at this open house, because this isn't something that was just a sky in the pie kind of a thing. This was something that was very much brought to the board, and there were people that were very involved doing it. So congratulations on this Scratch Kitchen. I'm going to shout out, because these days of rain and snow and whatever, our crossing guards and our bus drivers, I have to tell you, they're getting less frantic when I run up to them and say thank you. I think they know that this woman with her hair on fire who's running to the bus door isn't going to accost them or isn't an irate mother or whatever. But they are part of the backbone of this district. And I think it did that one. I have sports to talk about. They're a little wet, but we'll talk about them. And this is a shining star again in the crown of KPS. These athletes are what we are about and make us proud. We'll go to Case Central. Boys varsity is off to a strong start with a 5-1 record, losing to Detroit MLK last Saturday in Muskegon. It must have been a tournament. Longest high school rivalry in state history will continue tomorrow as we travel to Battle Creek Central. Boys freshmen and JV are currently undefeated. Wrestling is off to a great start with one of the highest number of participants in quite a while. Yay. Loy Norris. Men's swimming is off to a good start with a second place finish at the Central Bowl Relays and a win over Portage Northern. Women's basketball picked up their first win over Benton Harbor, 51-50 on Tuesday. Men's basketball has a 5-2 overall, have played a tough schedule, and are feeling pretty good. The men and women will host Lakeshore tomorrow. Wrestlers continue to turn heads with some big wins, knocking off Mattawan in one of those victories in this stretch of matches. Okay, so my last thing that I want to say is just that January is a really tough month. And there have been some incidents nationally and locally that have made January tougher. So I'm really asking to please take care of each other, take care of our children. These are not easy times. So please, there's after the holiday blues with the gray days, with snow and rain, it is really important to take care of each other, as well as not everybody has what some of us has as far as homes and stability. Make sure we're including them. Make sure we're donating to diaper banks. Make sure we're donating to the warm closets. If you make a New Year's resolution, I would highly encourage that one. And thank you for indulging me with this long comment.
So I don't have very much to say. I just first of all want to say thank you to my fellow trustees for trusting me to lead this board. I don't want anyone to think that this is easy work at all. But I appreciate the fact that you trust me and you trust my vision and that you are allowing me to grow as a leader. I want to also take this opportunity to thank the central office staff. For the first week back, this has been a long week. I have seen you every night this week. For real, every night this week I have seen you, and it is just so refreshing to know that as hard as that we are working hard to support the efforts that you guys do all day. And so I just want to go on record letting you know that this board supports everything, every innovative thing, everything that we can do to help our students feel seen and supported and heard. You have a board that absolutely has your back. And so I hope that as we continue to move our students forward academically, we do such a good job taking care of them academically and socially. And so I just want to acknowledge, like, yes, this is School Board Recognition Month, but I want to acknowledge the people that we do it for, right? I want you guys to know that we will continue to support the hard work that you do and hope that that is felt not just with you, but also with the teachers, and that the students will thrive as a result of that. I want to thank this board. We are a group of very empowered women. I'm not sure how many boards in the state are all women boards, but it is refreshing to know that all of the different personalities come together to form one cohesive unit. And I really, really appreciate being able to know that even with all of the strong personalities that we all possess, that when it comes down to it, we are able to come to a common agreement, and that is what is in the best interest of students. So, the superintendent, I usually forget about you, but I'm not tonight. You don't have any comments. And if there is nothing else, No, please do, if you would like to say something.
Leave at 8 and we usually go over. And I see that we got a little bit of time because I'm an 8 o'clocker. First, I am grateful to be in this space, to be on this board as it is moving in the direction of great solidarity, as it continues to grow and be nurtured and informed overall. And it's been such a pleasure, honestly, to serve my community this way. On my side of things, be mindful that MLK Day, there's a lot of service going on. Make sure that you take time to actually support the community organizations that are serving the community. We will be, Young Kings and Queens will have the soup kitchen as we have had when it was below zero on MLK Day.
I recall.
To make sure that we are in the spaces where our homeless community is and make sure that we are providing warmth on the 19th. So we'll be doing that. But again, it's so much in our community that is available that you support and make sure that you do that. I always love to say thank you to the bus drivers too, because I don't like to drive and they have to. And they chose to because they applied for the job. And they seem to get our babies to school very safely, which gives me hope that I can go outside after I know the thing. So I'm very grateful to the bus drivers, especially in the wintertime, because it would not be me. It would not be me. We would be virtual. Thank you for this board and our ability to make great decisions for our kids and even for ourselves and holding ourselves accountable. That's about it. But I do want y'all to know I just don't stay for the after 8 o'clock because I have other meetings on Thursdays. Don't take it personal.
I need a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Don't move.
I have a motion from Trustee Johnson. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed say nay. With that being said, we will see you again in this space on Thursday, January 22nd at 7 p.m. Have a great evening.